We're having class honing 101 here.
All right. All right. So you take your knife. This one's pretty rusty, as you can see, and of course, you really want a nice stainless steel blade. This is not going to work with any blades that are like the more modern blades that you have. It just doesn't work well. I like the good old wooden handle knives. If you can find a hickory knife, which I don't have here, the hickory knives are the best by far. But these will do too. And we got a honing stone, whetstone right here. It has two sides. It has a rougher side and then it has a smoother side. Kind of like you would do if you had like sandpaper and you wanted to get a finer or a more coarse thing. Most stones have the two different sides, but a lot of them don't. So you just kind of gotta, you know, pay attention to that. And then you get your knife. I usually kind of wet mine a little bit just to get it going, or you can wet your stone, either one. And then what you want to do is you want to just act like you're cutting through this, like you would cut through something, but you have a pull down motion to keep it even. And what you do is it's almost like you're slicing off pieces of this. And you never want to go the opposite direction unless you turn your knife. It's just like you're going to be slicing just like you would anything else. You don't want to, you know, really do anything different. You can do small circles if you want to. And see how the water stays on there? Does not take much water at all. And a matter of fact, at one point, you... as this goes away and you get it kind of sharpened to a good level, you see how that's already shining there? And you got to keep it very steady. Okay, so when direction? I'm going to go the opposite direction now. Use the same principle, and then I'm slicing. Sometimes not a good idea. Make sure your fingers are out of the way. And you do the same thing. Depending on whether you're left-handed or right-handed, it'll make a difference. You can use your edges to kind of get it down a little bit. You have to be careful because, just like I just did, you can get a little bit of a place on an edge that will kind of not make your knife go smoothly. So you just keep that motion.
I see.
You're slicing. You're slicing, and you want to pull down. You want to start back here and just pull down.
Okay.
Start here and pull down. And that's about all there is to it. And you just keep doing that. You really don't have to put any more water on it. You just keep doing that, pulling it down, pulling it down. You know, never ever do this, ever.
Okay.
Because what you want to do is you want to get your knife nice and sharp on the point. And if you do this, it's actually going to dull it again because your point's going to go away. So when you feel like you've got this to a point where you like it, then you can go to the finer side and just kind of keep it going, that same motion. If you want to get your rust off and stuff, just stay away from your edge that you've already sharpened, and you can kind of get some of your rust off. Actually, baking soda acts as a abrasive, especially for rust. And if you can get your husband and your son to stop laying them in water and wipe them off after they're done with them instead of laying them in water, you won't really have this anyway. But there again, you can take baking soda and rub on here, and it's, like I said, it acts like an abrasive, and clean that up very nicely.
Oh, okay, excellent.
And if I had thought about that, we would have done that, but we didn't. If you can pause it, I'll go get some.
Okay.
Alright, and this, I'm kind of the baking soda queen. I use baking soda for everything. And your good knives are kind of like a nice iron skillet. And anybody knows you never use soap on an iron skillet.
Correct.
You use vinegar and soda, which is what I do. It works fine. You can just put some of that on there, and there again it acts like an abrasive. And you can just clean it up. See how that's already pulling off the rust. It might take you a little bit to get it where you want it, of course. You can run that over your stone because the abrasives will, you know, kind of work with each other. But you got to be careful with that edge again, that you don't mess up your edge that you already created. It takes some work, but it can be done.
Yeah, see, it's already making a difference.
So, of course, always have you a nice cloth so you can wipe that off. And also, you have to have a nice porch swing. You have to have a porch swing when you're honing a knife.
Exhibit A.
It just goes together. And
hand in hand.
And some nice country music.
Okay, that works really well. Okay, you guys, got your tips.